So we just finished last week the Shortcut to Shred New Year's Challenge. Officially down, I lost 18 pounds. Dealt with some issues with just some injuries, shoulder, back, things like that. But all in all, feel great. So now that this challenge is officially over for myself, some people are still moving on, but so are we. So a lot of times people always say, well, what's the next thing? That's the nice thing about the jimstepani.com app, is that you never have to worry about your next program because you just have program after program after program. So until the next challenge, which is going to be the biggest one that we've had, which is our Summer Shred Challenge, we're going to do what's called Drop Set Countdown. And the reason why I want to do this program, and you can do whatever program you want, but the nice thing about this is that it's a 4-week program, but because we did a lot of the drop sets in the last program, now we're going to move in and continue that cycle. So with this program, it is essentially 10 sets. One set of 10 sets of one exercise. So for instance, bench press, you're doing your first set of 10, then dropping it, you're dropping the weight, and then going 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then in between each exercise, you're gonna be doing cardio acceleration. So it's a great way to kind of keep up the intensity throughout the program. There's not a high volume of exercises. There's just a high volume of sets based on the number of reps you're gonna be doing because you're not stopping in between. So yesterday was our first day at it. We hit chest. Today we got legs. So let's get it done. So supplements, guys, are gonna be extremely important. One of the things that was a real, I use the word a lot, game changer, was Shred JYM for me. I never really took a fat burner. I know that, all the products we have, we generally take, but fat loss has never been something that I've been dramatically interested in because I've never really had to worry about it. This is the first time that I've tried to literally drop weight. So the program from Shortcut to Shred in the last one called for shred to be taken in the morning as well as the evening. So I said, I'll start doing that, obviously, because I just want to drop weight. And that has been the one product that has dramatically changed everything for me. And I kind of wish that I would have started taking it earlier because I've never really taken it, like I've tried it before, but I've never taken it consistently. And what I noticed is that the best thing about that product, aside from just what you're going to be getting with the fat loss and the diet, because the diet and the fat loss go hand in hand with that product, is the mental acuity, the cognition, the mood enhancement. Those were the big things that I checked the box on because I didn't know what I was missing. So when you have things like L-tyrosine in here, acetyl L-carnitine, the green tea extract. L-tyrosine actually has a lot of research to show that it enhances mood, cognition, and right off the bat, after about a week of taking it consistently, that's what I started noticing. I'm like, gosh, this is just such a great product. And so I looked at some of the articles Jim had done on it based on the research. And I'm like, yep, sure enough, all the data is there. The second thing that I started taking is I've always taken our normal testosterone product, which I'll grab real quick. So this has always been a staple in my training protocol. Like as soon as we launched it, I was 32, 33 when we launched Gym Supplement Science. This came out about a year later, and it's our natural testosterone booster. So I was taking this for years, and after about 4 or 5 years of taking it, I started noticing that I wasn't feeling the same way over the course of time. And so I talked to Jim about hey, what can I do? Like the Alpha is working for me, but I don't feel that it's doing as good of a job in the beginning. He's like, well, you've been on it for years, Mike. Your body adapts to stuff. So what we've done in the last year is he actually formulated an Alpha X. And the only real difference is mainly this product was formulated, honestly, for me, because what he said to do after I was taking this for so long is just start doubling your dose. So right here it says, take 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules in the evening. And so I was doing that for a number of years. And then he said, just look, the ingredients are nutrients. And like anything else, your body can adapt to things. But if you increase the amount of nutrients you're getting, see what that does. So that's what I started doing the last about 2 or 3 years. And I started feeling good again. But the problem is that I go through these pretty fast. So I said, Jim, is there anything else that we can do to maybe look at a reformulation of some of these critical nutrients like the fenugreek, the ashwagandha, the uricoma, and others? So this is Alpha X, and it's just coming out. So we're going into the March of 2024. And so this is a reformulation. So it has the same ingredients at higher doses plus a few more. So this one has DHEA. DHEA is one of the most studied supplements to actually help increase testosterone, natural testosterone. It's actually showed up to 40 to 50% increases when you take it. And so all this product does essentially is allow your body to produce more sperm, therefore increasing testosterone. We actually have about 10 guys who've come in, you'll see, and we're doing blood work. So we're getting their test levels, giving them a bottle. These are some of my friends and some of the people who train in here, guys over the age of 40, and we're seeing where their levels are at. I actually got a text message from somebody last night, and this is standard. This happens all the time. So if you look, it's this is from a gentleman by the name of Jay Enhart. You know, he says, I'll probably post about this in the Facebook group, but it appears Alpha worked for me. Testosterone was 573 before, and I just tested again, 913. I will be 52 in April. Not sure if I need to try Alpha X. Also wondered if the doc thinks that 52 is too old to start a PhD program in kinesiology. Never too old. But I just told him, I said, look, I said, if this is working for you, stay with it. The Alpha X product is for those who are like me, you know, and also who have the wallet for it. There's more nutrients in this than there are in here. So it's a higher price point, okay? And some people want to stick to like, you know, this is $49.99. This is right now $69.99. So it really depends. If you've never taken Alpha before, stick with the Alpha, the regular Alpha. See where your body adapts to it. And then if you want to make the jump into Alpha X, do it. So right now, finish my pre-gym, got my pro gym. Let's go train. Oh, you really don't have to get this.
Training a little bit or what?
Yeah.
What do you got?
You smell wonderful.
Do I actually feel like cologne this morning? Usually I don't. Oh yeah. What are you training?
Legs.
Legs, eh?
Yeah.
How's everything else going? By yourself?
Good? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you just start or what?
Yeah. You gonna work out?
No, I'm waiting for Mark. A little filming. You know how it is.
So gay.
Yes, we are. We'll be in a little bit.
So if you think about it, what I'm doing is, it's hard to kind of really just load up on 10. So essentially I'm doing drop sets, but I'm increasing the weight as the sets are going down.
Just let a man breathe and just hush so my mind could just see, so my mind don't erupt. At times I feel I can't get enough, but I sip a double cup and I spin a couple bucks. Sending out some love to my blood, to my girl, to my buds, to the homie up above. And no more time for bigging up to these fakes who ain't around when the time's getting rough. 6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes. 6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth.
All right, so the last set, it's 1 rep, but technically it's to failure.
Fake, all I see in their eyes.
Loved you till my tears went silent. If this is war, I don't think I can fight it.
So what we're gonna do, Lucas, on the leg curl is you can actually use the bands too. So I wanna try and take advantage of the same principles on just about everything that I can do right now with the bands to create that linear variable resistance, which is having a heavier load at the top of the range of motion. So you're actually calling upon more muscle fibers in the movement to become active. And there's a specific type of muscle fiber that becomes active when you use the bands, and that's the type 2B, fast twitch muscle fibers. Those are the ones that are responsible for strength, power, and also they look the best. So for aesthetic purposes, you know, the bands are not an alternative to free weights. They're not something for physical therapy. They're actually a great resource to help build muscle, increase strength and power. But when they're used in an environment where you can actually add as many bands as you can, I probably had, if I were to measure it, and I have before, I had 135 on the bar from a free weight standpoint, with the increased bands at the top pushing well over 320 at the top of the movement. And at the bottom, you're still getting a ratio of probably about 250 at the bottom. So when you're varying the load, varying the weight by 70, 80, even 100 pounds maybe, the differences in how the muscle fires And because when the muscle comes up at the top, like Pete's doing 225 here, well, at the top of that movement, he's stronger. So to get out of the hole, he's got to be strong enough to lift the 225. And he can do a lot more than that. But when you can have that weight increase as you're coming up, because the stronger that you are here, you know, it'd be nice to have the weight increase as well. And that's the thing about the bands. It's kind of like chains. The chains fall on the floor, changing the load, same principle. But the thing about the bands is that there's no floppiness. So you can not only just have the band increase in weight, the further you stretch it, you can actually increase the twitch rate, which means rather than just moving it here, now you can make it a power move. And with that type of firing of movement, that's what defines power, is force or the load times the velocity of the movement, how fast you're moving it. So realistically, you can train your muscles to be powerful specifically for that muscle group. The only other way to really increase power and work on power is through like a plyometric movement or a power movement, right? Like a power clean or snatch and things like that, Olympic style movements. The thing about it is, like, what if you just wanted to focus on increasing power in your biceps, right? Or increasing power in your shoulders or a specific area. You know, those are traditionally single joint movements, you know, that's emphasizing a specific area. Well, if you're limited, because you know, plyometric exercise, you're not going to jump and have your shoulders be emphasized. So now you can turn a shoulder press into, rather than slow and control, you can be fast with it, which in an athletic setting, that's what you want. So the nice thing about the leg press here is I don't have to worry about the weight exchange so much. So I'm just going to bust them out.
Going through the gram and you pop up in my phone, yeah, you know. I'ma hit you on a leg style, we don't gotta waste no. Down to this paper, this could be a secret.
You know, people always ask about when the best time it is to take the products, right? Obviously pre-workout, self-explanatory. Post-workout is too, but there's nothing wrong with starting the post-workout if you have the option and availability to do so, kind of midway through the workout, because especially one like this where the volume's so much, we're doing 10 sets of like squats, 10 sets of leg press, 10 sets of leg extension, Romanian deadlift, lion leg curl, like fun stuff. So it's okay to, oh man, watermelon, post, you don't know what you're missing. All right, so 10 sets of 10. There are 10 sets. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at this fucking clap.
Stop staring at me.
Look at this fucking.
You're so hot. You're so hot, bro.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
I'm just trying to work out. I can't even go to the gym without all these perverts staring at me. Leave me alone.
You gotta respect that. Yeah, you gotta respect that. Somebody who is that big, who does that. So, I mean, he is in full comfort of himself. That's why I love Mark. So a technique you can do is as you're descending each set down by 1 rep and trying to decrease the weight too, you can actually pyramid back up to where now I'm on my set of 4, so I'm now increasing the weight. Play around with the weight. It's gonna take a while for you to adapt to the type of weight that you're gonna do. Because again, you're manipulating the time under tension, the rest periods in between, and every exercise is different. It takes a little bit longer for you to deload, inload, and play around with the weight on the bar, and then just pull a pin out. So on here, you can play with the weight more. My last set, and I'm going to failure.
Chick said color of the rainbow. Yeah, chains on me like Django. Be a long way from my tank low, cause my Tesla charge for them bank rolls, and I'm grinding. Money on my mind, and I'm headed to the top. I won't stop until I find it.
You notice on this, Smith machine Romanian deadlifts are actually pretty decent because you can position the body in a nice kind of angle where the bar path is truly vertical. So it doesn't allow for the weight to come out. You want to keep it as close to your shins as possible. So with that, as I step up here, when the bar is away, you don't want to play. You get the bar near right up and down the shins. The nice thing about it, because the bar path is guided, so you can really work on getting your hips into the movement because the bar is not going to move back and forth. So it almost forces you to do it with good form. And a lot of people don't quite understand how to position the hips. So if you're on the side, so if you look at me from the side, in this part, you don't want to be here. A lot of people are here when they do the RDLs, and that's not what you want. You want to arch your back, stick your butt out. So the position the hip travels back and forth, so my hip pushes back here, lengthening the glutes and the hammy. And as I come up, squeezing my glutes, shortening my hamstrings, and the whole rotation happens in your hips. So the moment that you do this, you're compromised. So make sure you spread your chest, keep your shoulders back in the bar, sliding up and down the shins. So here we go.
She don't even know what's my real name, just try to get what she came for. And And ain't nothing I got safe though, cause when the money go wild, everybody get a piece, but it's looking like I ain't on the payroll. Got a big house made out of Play-Doh and a plastic.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my
This
God.
me just
Oh
trying to
my
live
God.
here. I thought this was a professional, serious
Oh my
barbell
God.
gym.
Jesus.
Love man right there.
Oh my God. The sad thing is, he actually looks good.
Those are my shorts. He fit
Those are yours? One tip. So on the leg curl is most people, they don't think about their hips, right? Hips are so important in everything that you do, especially with your legs, even when it comes to a leg curl. So a lot of people who lay down on a prone bench is as they'll curl up, their hips will become separated from the bench. So they'll do this. And what that does, it starts pulling from the lower erectors. As you're here, squeeze your butt down, force your hips and your pelvis into the bench. And you can see what happens to the arm, the swing arm of the curl. As I come up, I'm already applying tension just by doing that. So now I keep my hips there. I don't allow my butt to stick up. So keep your butt squeezed. So one tip on calves too, a lot of people just think straight legs like this, do calf raises. Don't do that. Bend your knees and almost kind of think like a jump. My legs haven't felt like this in years. I'm gonna do a couple sets for abs. In my opinion, there is no better lower ab machine than this one because it truly forces you to rotate your hips. You can't really pull just your knees up because your knees will come off the bench. So that angle, it really forces you to pull with your lower abdominals. There's no better lower ab machine, in my opinion, because it forces you to do it correctly. All right, Lucas, so that's legs, day 2 of a drop set countdown. This is a great program to do after you're done with our New Year's challenge. So let's go talk subs real quick. This is where I've been sipping on my post-workout, but now immediately following the workout, Pro Gym. Remember, this is different types of protein. There's slow digesting protein and fast digesting protein. This has both. And research shows that having fast, like a whey protein isolate, which is obviously the highest quality of fast digesting protein, you don't want protein powder that's like 100% whey concentrate. So look on the label, see if you see concentrate, whey protein concentrate. What that tells you is that company, was going for the cheaper whey, pun intended, the cheaper protein because it saves them money. But what that means for you is that you're getting a lower quality protein, which means there's a lower percentage of protein powder or protein and higher percentage of lactose. Okay, lactose and carbs. And 70% of the population in the US is lactose intolerant. So if you've ever taken a protein powder and it gives you stomach problems or you're running to the bathroom or you get gassy, that's the reason why. Especially with, you should be taking between 2 to 4 shakes a day. Definitely a protein shake before you train, definitely a protein shake after you train. That's when the body is in its most optimal period to try and absorb the nutrients and utilize the protein to build muscle, is when you're training. So we always talk about our gym system, which is our pre-gym and our protein to be taken before and our post-gym and our protein to be taken after. You can add in dextrose, you can add in gummy bears, you can add in pixie sticks, some type of, fast digesting carb post-workout to help drive those nutrients in. But these 3 products essentially are all you really need for workouts. This is called the gym system, and it's the best, highest quality protein with 2 different types of protein. One that is very fast absorbing. So right now, as soon as I consume that whey protein isolate, which is 90% or better of protein, whereas whey concentrate is a lower percentage. At best, it's like 80%. So you're not getting as high quality protein values. That whey protein isolate gets in, muscle starts using it to recover and build more muscle, as well as drive those nutrients that are in here. So you have your branching amino acids, your creatine, the beta alanine, the betaine, the glutamine, all those nutrients to help recover so your muscle doesn't break down and you are catabolic. That's why people who I don't take supplements, I just train. Okay, that's fine, but your diet better be on point and you better be getting at least, right, Morgan? You better be getting at least 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per day based on your body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, you better be consuming 300 grams of protein. That's hard to do with just chicken, fish, steak, and other sources of protein throughout the day. So supplementing with a protein powder, it's essential, especially if you're serious about building muscle and losing weight. So in here I have my post-gym dextrose, which again, those nutrients, the branching amino acids, right? The leucine helps spike insulin to drive the protein I'm consuming into the muscle, as well as help some of those other nutrients like the creatine to get into the muscle to do its job. So those nutrients are critical for muscle recovery. And also there's a lot of fat burning principles in there too. Your body's not eating away the muscle to sustain itself, right? So you're providing it with nutrients at its best time to take it. So get after it. I'm going to enjoy this. Damn, that is good. What up?